Man, yeah, your hair is.
What the heck?
I can get you a hat, my dear.
Wait.
It's just at that awkward length where you're growing it back in.
It's doing something.
Okay, well, look here. We got like a couple of weeks or so to go for election, and
Your camera is way too high.
it's way too high. Oh,
Yeah.
what? Maybe you're too short. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
folks. How about that? Is that better?
Yeah. There you
Okay.
go. Much more better.
And I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but I see the Democrats circling the wagons, getting ready to cheat again. Oh, we might not get the votes tallied on election night. All right, this is really getting ridiculous. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, okay? I will tell you all this stuff that the Democrats are telling you, this issue, that issue, this issue, is pretty much BS. All the issues that the Republicans are telling you, this issue, that issue, this issue, most of that is BS. Here's what I can tell you for sure. Kamala Harris has had, 3 months to tell me. Oh, you want me to move this up or you want to down? No, you're good. Put your arm on there. Yeah. She's had 3 months to give me a plan on how she's going to lower the economy, okay? And she's incapable of doing it. I think that the Democrat side, or the left, I hate to say that, I think they're retarded. And anybody that votes for the platform right now is retarded. Trump's sucky suck is not a platform. She has no plan to close the border. Okay, these are her new voters. You're being replaced because you're unreliable. You have proven that. Okay, she has absolutely no plan to fix the economy. She has none. This woke culture is destroying our women. All right, this hookup culture has turned all our young college women, or most of them, into nothing better than a prostitute. Okay, here's what I care about. There's my issue. Okay, I have a large family. I know. Oh my God, my carbon footprint. All right, there's 6 of us, and everybody's a teenager or better. And it cost me $600 a month.
A week?
Oh, sorry. Yes, a week. We found this out yesterday. $600 a week to feed my family. And let me tell you something. We eat chicken. All right. I'm like, this is a one-issue vote. You've got to fix the economy. Okay. Now Trump has floated all kinds of great ideas to fix the economy. One, the 10% fix for a limited time on the charge cards. Okay. We're going to stop buying foreign oil, redrill our oil, transportation prices will go down, thus food prices will go down. All right? That's your issue that you want to vote on. Either you are living off of government subsidies or you're rich, all right? Or you're a pedophile. Let's not forget Epstein and B. Diddy or P. Diddy. These people are absolutely the scum of the earth. There's still been no justice, all right?
For any other
And
victim.
yeah, we have weak men, weak college boys. I mean, look.
I saw this one pastor.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the church is no better. Okay,
Insanity.
This is why women are running away from the churches, friends. Okay, because we all make mistakes. Okay,
Yeah,
we all
everybody.
sin. We all do things we shouldn't do. Women just as much as men.
Yeah.
There's this one pastor. I don't remember his Webben. Anyways, it doesn't matter. He's irrelevant, but he's got a large following of men that agree 100% with him. And that is the problem. Because I'm sure there's more context to what he said, but the essential thing that he said was that women that accuse a man of rape or whatever, they need to be put to death.
Oh my God!
We
don't put men to death for raping a woman. We should, but we don't.
You'll see how quick the hashtag Me Too movement ends. And I'm like, first of all,
why did y'all name it Pound Me Too? Well, it's a pound sign. I don't understand. Pound me too does not make a good slogan.
I know.
I'm just saying.
But
my opinion.
Here's the problem, okay? If you are a follower of Jesus Christ, if you believe in Jesus, if you are just a moral human being, you understand that that is a heinous thing to say. Okay, that's evil. Evil in the sight of everything you believe. Now, it is also, he calls himself a pastor, and he has men that think, and women that think that he's right. Okay, that's a big problem. And I tell you what, it's unbiblical. Why? Because you cannot put anybody to death on the witness of one person. Okay, and unfortunately, in the case of rape, there's only one witness to each side.
Pretty much.
Okay, and so, you know, should rape be punished? Yes.
Yes.
And I also believe that if you accuse a man of rape without a real case, you should pay the penalty for that.
Absolutely.
For ruining a man's reputation.
And I believe if you're a woman that murders a child, you should pay a crime. All right. Yes. This is a crime. It's called murder. All right. I just, here's the thing. We have the feminist movement. I truly, back in the early days of it, I named my daughter Abigail after Abigail Adams. Okay. Now she stood for something. She wanted the women's right to vote. All right. She wanted them to be considered citizens and stuff. But now you look at feminism, and what is it? It's murder. It's a murder cult.
That's all they care about.
That's it. That's all they care about, murdering children. Okay? And even the Democrats tell you our women have stopped giving birth to children. So now we have to bring the filth of the earth into the country so they can vote Democrat so we can stay in power. I'm going to tell you something. Every single thing that you're complaining about has been done by the Democrats. Now try to listen to me. They have been in power for 28 years. Now you're going to instantly say George Bush. No, George Bush, look at him. He's a Democrat, all right? He's part of the cesspool. Now, you look at Trump. Yeah, Trump was a conservative values, but they kept him hamstrung the whole time. This lawfare that they've invented. But all of that aside, all of it, if you're a one-issue voter, you should be voting for a sandwich, all right? I mean, you cannot feed yourself in another 4 years if you're not on government assistance. Why do they want you on government assistance? Because once you're on government assistance, they have your vote. But I will tell you one thing. The squad right now is starting to scream about the Supreme Court. This is what a child does when it doesn't get its way. Now, I'm telling you, if you pack the Supreme Court, this will be the biggest mistake America has ever made. I believe that will be the catalyst for a civil war on a scale never before seen. And I absolutely believe that China will get involved. Okay? That movie Red Dawn or whatever it was with the little kids fighting in the hills, that's going to be a reality, all right? And this is all going to take place because a murder cult. You people need to study history. How many civilizations have been wiped out for murdering children? I mean, and no one's ever you've been brainwashed. You can't. Even if you can see the facts. I eavesdropped on a conversation last night. It was crazy. This woman knew what she was saying was nonsense, but she's still going to vote Democrat, okay? Because she believes that, well, they might fix it. Well, why can't you believe the other side might fix it?
The problem is, we're careful students of scripture, guys. And all I see is there's a point where God says, I'm just going to let them go and do whatever they want. We're there.
Yep.
All you got to do is look around and we're there. God says, done. I'm done. Now, the big why? Because you cannot reason with anybody that is blinded. And there's a point where that's enough. Yeah. You need to be dealt with, and there's
You
judgment
need to be
coming.
punished, yeah.
And
But
I think this country is going to be facing judgment.
I think so too. And look, it's not your fault, all right? The media, okay, is the propaganda wing of the left, all right? This woke culture is destroying our country. You have parades with naked guys going up and down the street. You have women that do have babies. You have them taking these children to watch naked men flip and flop their penises on a stage, and it's called family friendly. Our culture is sick. I mean, it is really, and look, it's not everywhere. It's only in big cities. All right.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's where it's at. Everybody keeps saying a blue state. That's not true. Once you get out of a city, 80% or 90% of the people outside of the cities do not think this way. Okay. I mean, I live in a small town, a smaller town. I think we're about 35,000 people, right? And there are girls that are in the hookup culture. And trust me, they do not have a good reputation and they are not going to marry well. Everybody knows who they are and everybody talks about them. All right. And whether that be good or bad, it shouldn't be. But, what you're abdicating for is filth. All right. And if you can't see it with your own eyes, you're not going to see it. I know somebody, and I used to, well, on True Social, and they said they didn't want, True Social made them very uncomfortable. Why? Because it showed the other side. Just listening to a different opinion irritates these people. It infuriates them. They just throw panic attacks. Why? Because deep down they know they're wrong. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see these reactions to the truth. Okay? It's not misinformation. There's two sides to every story. And if you can control the message, which the mainstream media has done since after World War II,
Yeah.
if you can control that message and you can control the government schools, you can brainwash a generation to where they cannot think for themselves. And this is true. They did a thing at Stanford, I believe it was, and then they went to Harvard with it. And they had over 1,000 kids from both schools read news pieces. And 96% of them were not capable of telling the difference between an opinion piece and a real news story. Why? Because they never see real news stories.
The problem is that people want to believe what they like. Everybody lives in a little bit of an echo chamber where you hear back what you want to hear.
Yep.
Okay.
You want to be, what do you call it, reaffirmed?
Yeah, there is self-fulfilling whatever. I don't remember exactly the term, but yeah, you reinforce your own thing. See, here's the thing: the we are fed by an algorithm. If you like watching your own party telling you that the other side is evil,
right?
Okay, the algorithm will show you more and more of that, and you will have your self confirmation of that bias.
Here's a perfect. Perfect example of this. We all saw Kamala Harris's video. Now, I watched it for myself. Yeah. And all I saw, the only thing she had was she just kept wanting to go on to a rant, all right, on Trump's sucky suck, which we all know, well, it's hard to find an educated person, and I hate to say it, but I guess I'm educated. That's all I saw. Now, what I also saw was Bret Baier trying to interrupt her so she could give a message. She could not say how she was going to fix the economy. She had no idea how many people came across the border. She had no idea how to fix the border. She had no plan to fix the economy. But now, when you watch a conservative broadcast, they're gonna, and I even watched his. They interviewed him. He said, "I kept trying," and he's a staunch anti-Trumper. Okay. He got on there and said, I kept trying to interrupt her to give her an opportunity to separate herself from the horrible failures of the Biden administration. He goes, but all she wanted to do was get on there and scream about ex-President Trump. But now you go listen to this on a liberal broadcast, like I think CBS was the one. They said poor Kamala Harris. Bret Baier kept interrupting her, wouldn't let her say anything, and it was like, really? That's what you saw. Now, if you're that person that believes that, see, you watched it. If you watched it, you're not believing your own eyes because you don't want to believe that this candidate is literally that stupid. Trust me, she is. All right. And then there are people out there to say they don't want to vote for Trump because he had an affair. So, anyway, so you're going to vote for the side chick, which Kamala Harris is. Absolutely no doubt. Ask Willie Brown. Ask Judge Joe Brown, right? Ask Montel Williams. All right. But look, you're going to vote the way you are. All right. Now, I just keep doing these videos with my wife because I'm hoping we can wake one person up. If I wake one person up, I'll die a happy man.
That's right.
Yeah.
That helps. One person. But I don't know. I think there's a in the letters of Paul. I can't remember which one it is. As he says, there's a blinding, there's a partial blinding that is occurring right now because God is going to bring judgment on those people. Unfortunately, here's the basics, friend. If we are indeed at that stage, okay, those of us that believe, all they can do is kill the body, and our soul just moves on with God and Jesus. So you just usher us into the next stage, where there's no more pain or suffering. For those of you that don't believe, there's nothing but nothing at the end of all this. So
have fun, I guess.
Have fun, I guess. But I mean, look, for those of us that have hope in the resurrection of our souls, or in the waking up of our body, of our souls, we're not worried about it. Okay? But we would like for our children and grandchildren to grow up in a world that that's better than what we found it. And so far, I'm not sure we can do that.
For me, I mean, and the thing is, you got these old women, right? They're not ever going to have an abortion, but yet they believe it's a woman's right. I can't comprehend. I literally cannot comprehend how a woman could murder her own child. Well, I understand that part. How can she live with that? I mean, how can you look at little children going up and down the street? How can you live with that? I know a woman who's had an abortion, and I know she suffers every single day.
Yeah.
Every day. I've known a few, and I mean, they're in a hell of their own making, literally here on earth. How could a woman murder her own child merely to make her life easier?
Yeah.
It's just beyond me. Yes, it's a woman's right to choose. Your right to choose is in bed. All right? I'm not saying you can't even have sex. Why can't you have him put a free condom on? All right?
Yeah. Go to Planned Parenthood and use them for the one thing they're good for, to give you birth control.
I mean, I'll tell you a really funny story. It was like, I was working. My wife was at home because we had two small children. And it was like, hard times. We lived in North Hollywood, California. And man, rent was just, woof. It was hard to live. It was so expensive. So she went to Planned Parenthood. And oh my God, I'm not exaggerating. They sent her home with a bag, a grocery bag. I don't know. You kids, this is not going to mean much to you because you're used to those little plastic ones. But no, a big paper grocery bag, the great big ones, filled with all kinds of condoms and all kinds of birth control pills. And it was all free.
And here's the thing, okay? That they asked 2-3 questions, and that was it.
Yeah.
They gave me all that I needed.
Yeah.
And why did I go there? I remember we had insurance, okay? And I went to get birth control from the doctor, my doctor, and I got grilled with 1,000 questions, and they wouldn't give me the pills because you need to come back when you're on your period so we can check.
Oof.
I was like, "With your hell, no!" I already had a baby at that time.
Yeah.
I was like, "Heck no." No, 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 no. So I had to figure out another way. And, birth control is
Yeah, I mean,
expensive.
look, I understand that you need to space these children out or you can't afford them. I mean, there's nothing worse than having 2 children in diapers and on formula at the same time. It's
Whoa.
really expensive. Trust me, I know, we've done it. But
Twice.
look, when the baby dies, it goes to heaven. It's your soul I'm worried about, okay?
That's right.
It's your soul. And
The
you're the one that
second-
has to suffer with this. Someday in the near future, you're going to wake up and you're going to realize maybe your sister has a child, all right? You're going to see this. And look, I'm not speaking from from a place of innocence on this. I'm married. I've got a lot of children, and I know women have a biological thing, okay? Uh, and they have the earning to have a child. Some women don't, or maybe they suppress it. I don't know, but I do know the results of what happens to these women after they've had an abortion, and it's horrible, right? This is no different than female circumcision in Africa. These women will hold their own daughter down. Well, they did it to me. Why is she special? It makes them mean. It makes them angry, right?
Yeah.
And it's an awful, awful thing. And you're doing it to yourselves. All right. This culture is going to one place. All right. It can't survive. But you made this an issue when it's a non-issue. Trump's a baby killer now too. Okay. And so if that's what you're voting for Kamala for, no. But you're not going to fix the economy until we start drilling for oil.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, you can beat the Bible over their head, baby. Go get them.
I'm just saying, honestly,
Yeah,
we have actually doubled down on the baby killing in this country.
Oh man, it's
Over
getting
there,
worse.
We did. Roe v. Wade was overturned, and it's just getting worse. Now, I don't know how judgment comes, but judgment always comes to the house of God first. And it'll start in the churches, which it is. If you don't notice, you're not paying attention. Your leaders are falling down, and the people that you idolize, which you're not supposed to begin with, are falling down.
Yeah.
I invite you to be discipled by the only one that can truly disciple you, and that's Jesus Christ. And the only way that you can be truly discipled by Jesus Christ is to grab your own Bible and study from beginning to end. The great men of God didn't spend 15 minutes in Scripture; they spent hours.
Let me tell you something, and eventually everybody will realize this. God's law is written on your heart.
Mm-hmm.
You can call it the Holy Spirit, all right? You can call it a conscience. I don't care what you call it. I really don't. But you know the difference from right and wrong, okay? And it's crazy, all right? God doesn't make mistakes. You were born a woman or you were born a man. And here's the truth of the matter. You're in that body. That's your body. That's what you are. Now, long-term contraceptive pills is really horrible on a woman's body. These day after pills, they destroy your fertility. All right. And it's like murdering a child destroys your soul. I don't understand where this culture is going, but here's what I can tell you for sure. We are going to pay for this.
Mm-hmm.
We will.
There's
but
judgment coming.
Yeah, we are so different as a culture, all right now. All right, this woke culture has destroyed America, and we are so different. All right, murder is murder. It doesn't matter if it's a 50-year-old man or an infant in your stomach, which a mother is supposed to protect.
Yep.
All right, you can go online and you can watch these procedures, what happens in abortion. They pull that child out with forceps, and no, it's not a clump of cells. It's a child.
Yeah, they have to pull them piece by piece.
Yup.
And anyways, it's graphic. If you've never seen that, if you've never seen those infographics or anything like that, do at least once. If
Yeah.
if you're thinking of doing something, of someone that thinks of
Peer
doing
pressure is
something.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the time, it's not your fault, but you're the one that's going to have to live with the decision, right?
You will pay for your own
Yeah.
decision.
It's like a guy. You hook up with a couple of rowdy friends and you go out to a bar and you start getting rowdy. All right. And then you're the one that winds up in jail when you all get in a fight. Well, you
Yeah.
went into this. Yeah, it was peer pressure. You were trying to be cool with your buddies, but you're the one that has to live with that result.
Yeah.
All right?
Exactly.
And look, I mean, trust me, I lived, I don't know, a violent life. I mean, between the military and I was a truck driver, I was a drinker forever. I mean, I've done some pretty bad things in my life. And I always knew that it was wrong. But, peer pressure, I reckon.
Yeah.
But you come to a certain age, right, where you're supposed to mentor the younger. Now, it's like I have 3 fantastic sons and a daughter. God really blessed me, right? It's like I'm sitting there yesterday and my wife was making a video and it was kind of boring. And one of my sons grabs his shotgun and says, "Dad, let's go to the range." And I was like, "Yeah, let's go," right?
Yeah.
But I've had the blessing of being able to mentor 3 fine individuals in my humble way, any way that I could. I am not pretending like these kids turned out this good because of anything I did. All I can tell you, all I can tell you is that I was there every day of their lives. I was there when they fell. I was there to pick them up, right?
Yeah.
I was there when they made mistakes, and that's been the greatest privilege of my life. There is nothing, and I'm a man, trust me, there's nothing better than having kids. It just literally, the sacrifices you make, watching them grow up, watching them make good and bad decisions, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And this is what this is what you're cheating yourself out of. You're cheating yourself out of 20 plus years of joy.
I tell my kids we tell our kids all the time, because they're like, you hear a lot of I'm not never getting married, I'm never, because every kid says that when they're pretty young. Girls are geeky and boys are gross.
Oh, but girls are what? Yeah. Girls are made of greasy, grimy gopher guts. Right? I remember that from when I was in grade school.
But
anyway.
I tell them, and I'll tell you, if you're ever thinking of never ever trying to have a life spouse. Life, the things that are sweet and happy in life are so much sweeter and happier when you have someone to share them with. Yeah. And the burdens and the sadness and the bitterness of life is so much easier to bear with when you have someone that helps you bear the brunt of them with.
Yeah.
And if you are all alone at the end of your life because you chose to be a cat lady or a cat dude, that can happen too.
Yeah.
I worry.
You wake up alone, you go to bed alone.
I worry for you.
Yeah, you're not sharing.
Look, pets are great, okay? They're lovely. We have them, as you can see behind us. We don't expect them to fulfill any sort of spot that a human being.
That's a rarity. Stinky cleaning himself.
Yeah, he gets really.
He gets out there, rolls around in the dirt, man. He'll come in the house. I'm like, oh no, you're not.
Pigpen. Anyways,
yeah,
that's all I got.
But look, if nothing else, vote for a good economy. Vote for somebody that at least has a plan, whether you agree with it or not.
When they take in the abortion, they have taken the abortion issue off the table.
Yeah, the abortion issue is not even worth voting over because there's no difference. They're both baby killers at this point.
Now you need to vote for the person that is going to allow us to continue fighting the fight.
Right, free speech.
Yes, free speech
and the right to protect free speech.
And Second Amendment.
First and second. And look, kids, stop voting to give away rights that you don't know you want yet. Mm-hmm. Okay? But anyway,
that's all we got.
I know we are bummers.
Always.
Yes. Okay. God bless, people.
God bless. Bye-bye. You have 30 seconds left.
30 seconds? You want to waste 30 seconds? No. They can stare at us. Hey, you in the back. Hello. All right, later.
Bye.
God bless.